guys, we think we know football. We're talking about a few things here. Where is Travis Hunter going to go? Where's Shador Sanders going to go? But the biggest topic of this weekend, Geno Smith going to the Raiders. This is a Chargers fan. This is a Broncos fan. How do you feel about this Geno Smith move going to the Raiders, back to his old coach Pete Carroll, right?
I mean, I think it's a really good move. Okay, like we were expecting, to be honest, Russell Wilson to go back to Pete Carroll. Okay, like you being a Broncos fan, me being a Chargers fan, we're expecting some big kind of move to make the division a little bit stronger. Now the Raiders have a reliable quarterback. Okay, they just signed Michael or Max Crosby to a
Yeah,
three-year
it's a
deal
big deal. Big deal.
extension.
Yep.
Okay, so they got a big heavy hitter on defense too. So now they may be looking to pull somebody in from the wide receiver free agency that we've been talking all about. Okay. Now I don't see, to be honest, Devontae Adams going back to the Raiders. Okay. Now, more or less, I see maybe like, be honest, I see Cooper Cup. Okay, sorry, Danny. I know you want him to go to Denver. Okay, but I see Cooper Cup. Okay. I see maybe, see, it's a hard decision, like Stephon Diggs is up there. Like the Raiders are gonna make a play to get a number one wide receiver for Geno Smith to throw to. Okay, their running game is decent.
Yeah. And do you think so? There was some speculation about the Russell Wilson going to the Raiders, but he was a free agent, and the Raiders decided to trade for a Geno Smith rather than picking up a free agent Russell Wilson. What does that say about Russell Wilson?
He's washed up. He's trash. The Raiders don't want to risk their money on him. They rather trade a third round pick for a quarterback that has pulled the Seahawks through this year, okay, and almost made them to the playoffs.
Almost,
You know,
almost, yeah.
he did what he needed to do in key game situations. And that's what the Raiders are looking for right now. So it's possible that the Raiders may draft a quarterback, to develop under Geno Smith just so he can teach him.
Is Geno Smith better than Russell Wilson at this point in his career?
I think so. In
Yeah,
my opinion, I think Geno still has it going. Okay, like Geno's been in the league for, you know, numerous years, okay? He's been a starter, he's been a backup, okay? Russell Wilson has only been a starter all his life. Okay, he's never been a backup. So he doesn't know what to do when you have to play second.
so I think I'm going to agree with Ben here. I think this is a very strong move by the Raiders. We have a power rankings video. Check it out, guys. I had the Raiders ranked very low because they didn't have a quarterback. Gardner Minshew just left, and they were left with what's that guy's name? Um, uh, it really doesn't even matter now. I can't remember the guy's
Basically,
name, but they're a better team now. But in the division with Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes, Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid, and Sean Payton, is Geno Smith the guy to take it over the top? Is this the guy to take it to the next level? Do you think Geno Smith can vault the Raiders over these other teams with all these like potentials?
you know, be honest, I mean, he'll catch you slipping. That's what he'll do.
Yeah,
If
he's
you're
gonna
not
play.
if you're not on your game.
Yeah, he'll play good. He can play good. He'll get a few games, but this is stiff competition. So in the division, let me ask you this. If you would rank these four quarterbacks in the division between Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, and Geno Smith, where does Geno Smith rank in amongst those four?
It sucks because he falls at the bottom.
I do
Okay,
agree. I do agree.
he falls at number 4. I mean, Bo Nix is, a rookie and he's developing and everything, but he has more
He played
potential,
very
okay?
well. He played very well, and he has potential, and he's only going to learn under a Sean Payton offense. I think it would go Mahomes, Herbert, Nix, Geno, right?
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
even what sucks is because like Patrick Mahomes is slipping, okay? And I mean, it's still the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what it is. It's like he didn't really play good this year, dude. Like you can't tell me that he outplayed Justin Herbert this year.
No.
Okay? Justin
He
Herbert
did
had
have
better stats,
yep.
okay, than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes only had those key passes and the refs helped to get him pushing through the playoffs, okay?
They had a good defense. It was the defense that really helped them.
Mhm. So I mean, in all actuality, yes, it goes Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, Geno. Geno
Yeah,
has something to prove.
I agree with you. I agree with you because Herbert is, in my opinion, he is he has evolved into a great quarterback. It's unfortunate that the Chargers have not been able to capitalize on that, but they did make the playoffs. They did make the
Yeah, we
playoffs
did.
this year, right? And so,
Mhm.
in terms of what the Broncos did and the Chargers did, um, the Chargers have been very good against the Chiefs, and the Denver Broncos have been very good against the Chiefs. Uh, Patrick Mahomes has seemingly stumbled in the past year. Maybe he's not as good as he has been in the past. Dude has a little bit of a bod dad. You know how it is, Ben. He's got a
Don't
yeah,
start me with that.
he's got a little bit of a bod dad, and maybe it's affecting his future. But what about the Seattle Seahawks? And we've talked about the AFC West. You guys know what we think. I like the Chargers. I like the Broncos. I do not like the Raiders. I am hoping the Chiefs fall off. But what about the Seahawks, man? They traded Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf wants a trade. They traded Geno Smith. What's going on here?
They're in full rebuild. That's what they are. Like it at this point, like I mean, they've released a couple of their corners too, okay? They're allowing DJ Metcalf to look for a trade. I mean, they're in full on rebuild. Like they're trying to get what they can for the people they have now because they know that, to be honest, DJ Metcalf ain't going to be good for the next couple of years. Like they got to get rid of him now, okay?
He's
And
only
if they don't get rid of him
27.
now, yeah, well, yeah, a couple of years though, and he's playing under a crappy quarterback, he's going to be really upset. Like, I mean, he wants to do things. That's the thing is he wants to be the key point in
And
the
he
offense.
can
Okay.
be. So this is something that we talked about in our group chats. And the LA Chargers have a great quarterback. They had a great defense, but they lost Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. They're gonna have to restock. But
I don't
man,
know.
how good? You go ahead after this. How good would DK Metcalf be with Justin Herbert? And the Chargers have enough money to pay him whatever they want.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would be really awesome. Like, it'd be really awesome to get him. He's 27. It gives Justin Herbert a key offensive dude that's big body. Like, I mean, he could sit there and go over the top. Okay. Um,
I think that's what you
we
guys
did.
need. You guys need a big body. You guys have a lot of fast guys, Johnston, McConkey, and Palmer, but you guys need
Well,
a
Palmer
big
becomes a
body
free
like that.
agent. That's the thing. Johnson becomes a free agent this year. Palmer becomes a free
Oh,
agent. All we
oh,
have is McConkey.
I
Exactly.
didn't know
Like,
that.
dude, we're sitting there scraping at the barrel, bro. Like, I'm sitting there diving into the wide receiver chart for free agency, and we're losing some people, dude. Like, if we don't start signing some people, we're screwed. But let's talk about the defense. Yes, we did get rid of Bosa. Cleo Mack, we still haven't there's an if, like we haven't released him. He hasn't
Not
decided where he's
officially
going.
yet. Yes.
Okay. So, yes, there's no official. Okay. So we may still work out something with him. Okay, we did release Joey Bosa to free up $23 million in cap space. Doesn't mean that
Hmm.
we can't re-sign him for a different contract.
And with this move of possibly releasing Joey Bosa, the Chargers are like top 3 or top 5 in cap space. They have like $150 million in cap space now.
Yep. So we do have money to spend, okay, just to try to get key offensive players or defensive players. I mean, there's really good players going up in the free agency. Okay, I do think that we're going to sit there and we're going to offer basically, Gus Bus, probably another thing. Okay. Yeah, because he was really good, dude. He did really good, or no, no, not Gus Bus. Nah. J.K. Dobbins. That's what I'm talking about. Is before he got injured, he did really good for us. So I think we're gonna probably re-sign him. So that's why we're trying to.
He is possibly going to be a free agent. It depends on what the Baltimore Ravens are going to do. Yes, very much so. There's a lot of good free agents, would and the Chargers have so much money now after the release of Joey Bosa. I think Joey Bosa is going to leave. I do believe that. And one thing I'm excited for is that the Broncos are not high in cap space, but middle of the pack. I believe that Cooper Cup, I want this guy. I believe that we need a veteran slot receiver. You know slot receivers, Ben. All we have is Cortland Sutton to be that big DK Metcalf guy to catch balls off of the end. But like, who do we have going over the middle? We don't have anybody. It's a bunch of young
Yeah.
guys. So, what do you think about a Cooper Cup fit in Denver?
I mean, I think it'd be really good. To be honest, I don't think you guys should trade for him. You should just wait till he falls in free agency.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
gonna. I think they already announced they're gonna release him.
hmm So I think that you guys should offer him a mid-level deal. Okay. He's still a
Yeah,
good
nothing
wide
crazy.
receiver. Okay, like give him one or two. Give him, I think, give him 2 years. Okay, in my opinion, like if you're signing a wide receiver or any player, you shouldn't give him a 1 year deal. Like if
Yeah,
you're
give him 2 or 3 years.
skeptical about him, give him about 2 years. Okay, because the first year settling into the team is going to be a little bit rough. They got to learn everything and adjust to it. Okay, now depending on the second year, that's where you decide. Okay, are we going to keep this guy around or not? Okay, and you take into his first year stats, okay, and how he did, but you also take into his second year stats because it's 2 years on the team. So he already knows how the team is running, depending on if they have to switch the offensive coordinator and everything.
Yeah, Ben is speaking gospel here. I want you guys to listen to it. This is a guy that I played football with on the turf, on the field. We did a lot. We have we have taken brunt force. This is a guy that I trust when we play. We think we know football, and I can. You would not want to play me and this guy together at one time. You wouldn't want to face that. I promise you guys. Thank you, Ben. Danny, we think we know football. Let's chop it off.